Hi everyone, I'm Melanie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be going through what I'm going to read for July. At the end of July, I will be going to Africa, so I will be doing a separate video about those books that I'll bring specifically for that trip, because those flights will be very long and I'll have a ton of time to read. I stick pretty close to my TBR monthly. Like I said, I don't really buy a ton of books in advance of when I'll read them, so there's the occasional moment where I do pick up a mood read instead when I'm feeling like something different. So let's get to it. The first book on my TBR is Pet Sematary by Stephen King. This will actually be my very first Stephen King novel. I was told it's one of the darkest and scariest books that he's read, so I kind of just want to go into it guns a-blazing. So we'll see how it goes. This book is about a family that moves to Maine and finds a burial ground deep in the woods near their new home. I do love that there's a cat on the cover, so you know, that's a plus. This is my boyfriend's book, so I'm borrowing it. The next book is Song of Six Realms by Judy I. Lin. This book has a bit of a crazy summary, so I'm gonna read some of it to you. So this is about an orphan girl who becomes an indentured servant to an entertainment house. Because she is a talented musician, she is called to do a private performance for the Duke, who then asks her to serve as a musician for the residents for 3 years. As his actions get suspicious and monsters are wreaking havoc, she learns that the Six Realms are on the brink of disaster and she must unlock her memories of the past to figure out how to survive as the target of every monster and deity in the Six Realms. So another new Asian-inspired fantasy, so I'm really excited to see. I've been on a mission. I watch a lot of like Shansha, Wuxia dramas, so I'm on a mission to find a book that makes me feel the way those shows do. So I've yet to find one, but maybe this one will be it. This is also a special edition from Owlcrate. It's very pretty. I love what they did. They did a completely different cover. I'll show you a little bit of what the hardcover and dust jacket looks like. You can see. Very excited to get into this one. Ooh, the end pages are also very pretty as well. The next book on my list is Survivor by Chuck Palahniuk. This one I've been trying to find in bookstores for a while now. It took me a few tries to actually pick up this physical copy, so I'm really excited to get into it. This one caught me by surprise. I think I saw another booktuber talk about it and I'd never heard of it before, but the premise sounded very interesting and right up my alley. I'll read it for you really quickly. Tender Branson, last surviving member of the so-called Creedish death cult, is dictating his life story into the flight recorder of Flight 2039, cruising on autopilot at 39,000 feet, somewhere over the Pacific Ocean. He's all alone in the airplane, which will crash shortly into the vast Australian outback. Doesn't that sound delightful? I mean, to me it does. But that synopsis alone, I've been really meaning to get into it, and I'm very curious to see what Tender Branson has to say about his life story. Next we have The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. I've had this book for a long time and I just haven't had the desire to pick it up yet. I haven't read a memoir before, so this will be my first, but I've heard really great things, so I think it's time for me to pick it up this month. This book is a memoir about her very dysfunctional family growing up, though they were very loving to each other. So I'm very curious to see what her life was like. And last but not least, we have The Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. Like I said before, I did read 2 chapters of this book already, though I was in a reading slump at the time and I just didn't need depressing. I needed something more fun. So I think I'm ready at this point mentally for this book, and I'm really excited to get into more of her work. I know it's going to be a wild ride, but I'm excited. This is also set in 2024, so I feel like I definitely have to read it this year, if not this month. So in case you don't know what the synopsis is for this book, I'll read it to you. Lauren Olamina and her family live in one of the only safe neighborhoods remaining on the outskirts of Los Angeles. Behind the walls of their defended enclave, Lauren's father, a preacher, and a handful of other citizens try to salvage what remains of a culture that has been destroyed by drugs, disease, war, and chronic water shortages. While her father tries to lead people on the righteous path, Lauren struggles with hyper-empathy, a condition that makes her extraordinarily sensitive to the pain of others. This was originally written in 1993, so we'll see what 2024 in 1993 had to offer in Octavia Butler's eyes, which I don't expect it to be very promising. And here is my full TBR list for July. Like I said, I will be going to Africa, so a few more will be added to this list, which you'll see in another video coming up, but I will keep you posted on whether I get through these or not. You'll have to stay tuned. Thank you for watching. Bye!